Now, this is very important topic. The name of the topic is point to point link. See, in the side heading, it is clearly mentioned point to point. Now, let us consider one point is a transmitter, second point is a receiver, and there is a connection between this transmitter and receiver via a optical communication cable, or you can simply say a optical communication link. Here cable or link, both the words are one and the same. I repeat, consider 2 points. First point is transmitter, second point is receiver. Between transmitter and receiver there is a communication link, which is nothing but an optical cable. Now this structure is called as point to point link. Now I try to say the same statement in this fashion. A point to point link comprises of one transmitter and a receiver system. I repeat, a point to point link consists of what and what? A transmitter and a receiver, and these two are interconnected with what? An optical communication link. So this is the simplest form of optical communication link. Now this is the definition of your point to point link. The next point, the performance of this point to point link depends on three aspects or three factors. I repeat, the performance of this optical communication link or this point to point link depends on three aspects. The three aspects are distance of transmission, channel data rate, bit error rate. See, these points yesterday we have discussed in the first topic. Here distance of transmission is nothing but whether you are using the communication system for either shorter distance or for longer distance. Here channel data rate represents the bandwidth. Here bit error rate also indicates signal to noise ratio. I repeat, a point to point link consists of a transmitter and receiver interconnected with a optical link. Next one, the performance of this optical link or point to point link depends on three factors. What are the three factors? Distance of transmission, channel data rate, and bit error rate. Now the above parameters, which parameters? These parameters. The above parameters of the link depend on characteristics of various components. I repeat, the above parameters of optical link depend on characteristics of various components. What are the various components? Yesterday in the second topic we have discussed that we'll consider type of fiber. Next we'll consider a source. Next we'll consider detectors. Next we'll consider what type of signal is sent, either analog signal is sent or digital signal is sent. So the same things we are going to check in this table. This table. Now see here, type of optical fiber. Now what are the types of optical fiber? Multimode or single mode. Now what are the characteristics? From where does this enter? From core size. Okay. Now light ray is passing through the core size. The light ray depends on which parameter? refractive index. Now, refractive index of core is N1. Now, formula for numerical aperture is N1 into root 2 delta. Then I can also say that it also depends on numerical aperture. Okay. Now, you are sending a signal through core. If it travels through a longer distance, the signal will attenuate. If it is tightly coupled, then dispersion will take place. Another parameter it depends is bandwidth. Repeat. Type of optical fiber. Type of optical fiber means multi-mode or single mode. Now, what are the characteristics? These components will depend. First one is core size or core radius. Next one is core refractive index. If core refractive index is considered, immediately say numerical aperture. Based on distance, you have to relate bandwidth. If the components are loosely coupled, or if the components are loosely coupled, then attenuation will take place. If they are tightly coupled, then dispersion will take place. I hope you understood this point. Now, coming back to optical source. What are the optical sources? LEDs or lasers? Now, on what parameters these sources will depend? It will emit light. Light will have wavelength. That's why it's called as emission wavelength. Next, the output of this is light energy. Hence, we'll find output power. See, in the third unit, we studied power launched into optical fiber through LED or laser. There we have seen Lambertian radiation pattern or Lambertian emission pattern. Simply he said here emission pattern. Number of modes, N is equal to V square by 2. Effective radiating area. Now these are the parameters which are linked to LEDs and lasers. I repeat, the examples for optical sources are LEDs or lasers. Now the characteristics of LEDs and lasers are emission wavelength, output power, emission pattern, number of modes, effective radiating area. Now after source, we will consider detectors. Example for optical detectors are normal photodiode, pin photodiode, avalanche photodiode. I repeat, optical detector examples are normal photodiode, pin photodiode, or avalanche photodiode. Now the characteristics of these detectors are responsivity, wavelength, speed, sensitivity, and efficiency. This table you need to remember. First one is regarding optical fibers types. Next one is regarding optical sources. Next one is regarding optical detectors. Okay, you also need to remember the characteristics here. Now, in the first point, I said the definition of point-to-point link. What I said there, it consists of a transmitter. It consists of a transmitter and it consists of a receiver, and it is connected through a optical cable. This is point-to-point link. Okay. Now, it is transmitter. Here, which process will take place? Modulation. At receiver, which process will take place? Demodulation. For modulation to exist, we have to give some signal from source now. That's why we have considered here this source. To receive the signal outside, you require a destination here, or you can simply call it as a receiver also. Understood this point? A simple block diagram of point-to-point link is represented as follows: information source, optical transmitter, optical receiver, and you can call it as receiver or destination. In between, you have connected a optical cable, optical fiber cable. You can call it as optical fiber cable or optical fiber link. Now, from here, the important points start. When the link, if this wire extends from 20 kilometers to 100 kilometers, if you go on connecting wires, will there be any 100-kilometer wire available in the market? No. It will be available in meters. Okay. You will go on connecting the wires to one another. Okay. When you are going to couple each and every wire, what will happen? Losses will result. And that losses are due to what? Coupling. What I mean to say is, when the link length extends between 20 kilometers to 100 kilometers, losses associated with cables will increase. I repeat, when the link, this link, okay, when it extends from 20 kilometers to 100 kilometers, the losses due to cable will increase. And to compensate the losses, means, and to minimize these losses, what are you doing? You are using optical amplifier and regenerators. Here, optical amplifiers are nothing but repeaters. Yesterday we talked about repeaters. Okay, here these optical amplifiers are nothing but repeaters. I repeat, when the optical link between transmitter and receiver extends between 20 kilometers to 100 kilometers, then what is happening? Losses due to cables are resulting. Now, to compensate these losses, we are using two items. What are those? Optical amplifier and regenerators. Now I am talking about a regenerator. A regenerator is a receiver and transmitter pair. See, this is not a transmitter and receiver pair. This is a receiver and transmitter pair. You need to remember this concept. A regenerator is a receiver and transmitter pair. Don't say it as a transmitter and receiver pair. Instead, say it as receiver and transmitter pair. Now, what is the purpose of receiver? It should detect. Detect means it should demodulate. It will detect the incoming signal coming from the transmitter. After detecting, what it will do? See, optical transmitter, it will send which energy? Optical source. Which energy it will send?
Light energy.
Okay. The light energy will come up to optical receiver. Here it will demodulate it into electrical energy again. Got this point? The same point is repeated here. It will detect the incoming optical signal, recovers the electrical signal, and again convert back into, see here, up to this point. The purpose of receiver is to detect the incoming optical signal, and it will recover the electrical signal. This is everything regarding your receiver. Now I am telling about the transmitter. The transmitter will modulate the optical source. Now I am speaking about the amplifier. Amplifier is nothing but repeater. Now the spacing between two repeaters or optical amplifier is called as repeater spacing. I repeat, the spacing between two repeaters or two optical amplifiers is called as repeater spacing, and this repeater spacing depends on bit rate. I repeat, if number of repeaters are spaced, the minimum spacing between two repeaters is called repeater spacing, which is denoted by capital L, and this repeater spacing depends on bit error rate, capital B. The product of bit rate and repeater spacing is a measure of system performance. I repeat, the system performance is dependent on the product of bit error rate and your repeater spacing. Now comes the last point. Two important analyses for deciding performance of any fiber link are. See, just now you have mentioned that system performance is determined by the product of B into L. For deciding performance of this fiber link, there are two analyses. They are link power budget analysis and rise time budget analysis. This link power budget analysis can also be simply called as power budget. This rise time budget can also be called as bandwidth budget. See, in the name itself, link power budget analysis, this is used to determine the power, and this is used to determine the bandwidth. Did you understand what I'm saying? Once again, I am going to repeat this. Listen it carefully. Vinay, can you please take the screenshot? Vinay, can you please take the screenshot?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now listen carefully, ma. First, we need to say the definition of point-to-point link. First point. A point-to-point link consists of a transmitter and a receiver interconnected with optical link. This is first point. Understood? Next. This link will depend on three parameters. I repeat, the performance of this optical link depends on three parameters. Those three parameters are distance of transmission. Next one is channel data rate. And next one is bit error rate. I repeat, the performance of your optical link or point-to-point link depends on three factors. Those three factors are distance of transmission, channel data rate, third one is bit error rate. Now, these three factors will determine the characteristics of components. I repeat, these three factors will determine the characteristics of components that are being used to interconnect to optical link. Now, I will draw a table which consists of serial number, which consists of components, and another one is characteristics. Now, first component is optical fiber type. Now, optical fiber type means what? It might be a single mode fiber or multi-mode fiber. Now, I am saying their characteristics. First, you require core radius or core size. Okay, that light will have refractive index. Then I will write it as core refractive index. Core refractive index is represented by N1. As soon as I say core refractive index, I will relate it to numerical aperture. The formula for numerical aperture is N1 root 2 delta. I repeat, core size, next refractive index of core, next numerical aperture, and next is bandwidth. Now, if I connect the fibers loosely, the signal will attenuate. Hence, one of the characteristics also attenuation. If I couple it tightly, then dispersion will take place. There are totally 6 parameters in this. I repeat, first one is core size, next core refractive index, numerical aperture, bandwidth, attenuation, and dispersion. The second type is optical source. Optical sources are LEDs and lasers. Now I am saying the characteristics of these components. Now the characteristics are emission wavelength. Next, output power. I repeat, first one is emission wavelength. Next one is output power. Next one is emission pattern. Next one is number of modes. And next one is effective radiating area. There are 5 parameters here. I again repeat, emission wavelength, emission pattern, output power, number of modes, emitting radiating area. The third type is optical detector. Now examples for optical detectors are pin diodes, avalanche photodiodes, or simple photodiodes. Now the characteristics that are going to determine these detectors are responsivity, operating wavelength, speed, sensitivity, and efficiency. See, with this we have completed 3 points. Next point is you have to draw the block diagram of point-to-point link. First, you need to represent information source. Next, you have to draw optical transmitter. Next, optical receiver, and finally destination. In between, you will connect what? You will connect a optical fiber cable. If the length of that cable extends between 20 kilometers to 100 kilometers, then cable losses will take place. In order to compensate these losses, what you are doing, you are placing optical amplifiers and regenerators. I repeat, to compensate these losses, you are using optical amplifiers and regenerators. Now you will say, what is a regenerator and what is a amplifier? Regenerator is a receiver and transmitter pair. Here you will write the function of receiver and then you will write the transmitter function. The function of receiver is to detect the signal coming from transmitter. The function of transmitter is to modulate the signal and send through the receiver. Next point, the spacing between two repeaters or optical amplifiers is called as repeater spacing, which is denoted by capital L. And this repeater spacing indirectly depends on bitrate B. The product of bitrate and this spacing, it determines the system performance. I repeat, the system performance is determined by product of bitrate and repeater spacing. Now, there are 2 important analyses for deciding the performance of fiber link. The 2 analyses are link power budget analysis. Another one is rise time budget analysis. Link power budget analysis is used to determine the power, and the rise time budget analysis is used to determine the bandwidth. I hope you people understood this. Okay, ma, did you understand this?
Okay.
Vinay, stop the recording.